Hi, I am Monica Brant, one of the world's first true fitness pioneers starting back in 1991. I helped launch the fitness industry while traveling internationally, meeting fans worldwide to share my style of fitness to the bodybuilding community. After a decade of fitness competitions, I earned one of the world's most prestigious titles, the IFBB Fitness Olympia Championships. Moving into the new millennium, I was the first IFBB Fitness Olympia athlete to transition into the new professional figure division and compete for close to another 20 years. After 15 years as an IFBB professional, I tried another organization and won the WBFF World Pro Figure Championships both 2010 and 2013. I am a true athlete and made my way into racing into the Masters USATF sprint events, placing top 3 at the World's Masters track meet in all 3 events, the 100, 200, and 400 meter races. Besides athletics, I have been honored with over 100 magazine covers both nationally and internationally. Since it's always a blessing to share with others, over the last 15 years, I've hosted women's fitness events and worked with clients, helping them discover how to live radiantly in all areas of life, body, mind, soul, and spirit. The Monica Brant Show is one of the ways I am honoring the legendary athletes, powerhouse individuals, and nutrition gurus that have laid a strong foundation in the past, help keep the current industry flowing, and offer inspiration to the next generations. Hi everyone. Sunday night we're on a different schedule tonight, but we are excited nonetheless. And Monica Brant, you are watching and tuning into the Monica Brant Show with my beautiful co-host, the talented Sarah Lyons-Glabman. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Monica. Thank you for having me back.
So happy to have you back. I just wish you were here in the house with me.
Oh, I know.
I know, but you're here and you look beautiful. Love the little sparkles, and it's perfect for Christmas time, huh?
Thank you. I figured it's a Christmas episode for us, so it all makes sense.
In fact, you look like an angel tonight. I mean, I didn't want to tell you this earlier because I wanted it to be a surprise for you, but that's what when I look at you, I'm like, she looks like an angel. Oh, right back at you, girl. So
I love you so much.
So excited. So thanks everyone for tuning in. And if you guys want to tell us where you're tuning in from, it's always fun to hear where people are. And I'm going to be playing with this cord all night. I think I usually have my hair over it so I don't feel it. But tonight I'm like going to be messing with this silly cord. Oh, anyways, let's see where people we got. Judith in. Hello, Judith. I'm going to look over here so I see better. Hi, Nana. Nice to have you back. Kurt. Nice to see you. Linda. Oh, that's not, I thought that said India, but that I think stands for pretty. Hi, Louise. Louis. And the Lone Star State. Awesome, Judith. Me too. Love our Texas here. So good to see everyone tuning in. So tonight we have a very special guest coming back. This past Tuesday, we were shut down from bad internet service. We are coming back tonight so that we can bring her back in. And I'm super excited to have a chance to talk to her without freezing up and stopping everything. You too, Sarah?
Oh, I'm so pumped.
Yeah, right. Right.
Really nervous. So she considers this to be, she had an opportunity for a dress rehearsal, and so now she's really ready.
That's right. Although I think we had a good go on Tuesday. We just had bad internet, but I think everything felt pretty good already. So super excited to have her back on. So for those of you just tuning in tonight, not knowing what we're talking about from past Tuesday, normally these shows run every Tuesday evening live. And this past Tuesday, we had horrible internet service. Just said we're going to stop it and come back Sunday night. So here we are again with our very close, sweet, beautiful friend. She is a mom. She's a wife. She's a personal trainer. She does these beautiful little healthy snacks that we got to enjoy over a couple different photo shoots that she creates. And she is our current cover model of BodyScape magazine. So, and it's which issue is it for? What holiday? Sarah? Christmas. I know, right? I've got my Believe shirt on, so it's all about Christmas. And we have the perfect cover model and person for our Christmas issue. So let's bring this beautiful girl in. So you guys please help us welcome Kristie Kwan. Come on in, Kristie. There she is. Yay! Hi, pretty girl, and hi, Erin.
We have to introduce Erin.
We certainly do. Sarah, why don't you introduce Erin?
Erin Kwan is here with us. He is the super husband extraordinaire to supermodel extraordinaire Kristie Kwan. And we love Erin. Erin is like a family member to us, to everybody here at the BodyScape magazine, PictureGroove team. Just one of the best, most supportive husbands that you could possibly ask for. And we love that. We love working with the joyous, giving, awesome, supportive husbands that are with the beautiful ladies that we work with. So we're glad to have Erin here.
Thank you for having me. But
absolutely,
hopefully you'll get to her faster.
Well, it's awesome to get to know our cover models as much as we've gotten to know Kristie and also you, because you guys come as a package, you come as a team, and you guys do life together. You obviously have been married for a long time and have a beautiful family, so it's only makes sense that we have you guys on, and at least for a little while, Erin, so we can say hello to you and honor you and Kristie and your marriage and what we're doing moving forward into 2021 and what you guys are doing moving forward, because there is a lot that we're going to talk about and explain, and we're so excited for the new business opportunity and to be a part of it.
Yeah, thank you. We're super excited for everything that's coming out that's been done so far, and we really appreciate BodyScape and PictureGroove's support and just everything y'all have done to help us with it. So we're really excited to be here. Really appreciate it.
Well, I'm sure it feels a little bit surreal for Kristie because she still hasn't even gotten, because of the post office, not because of Sarah, but because of the post office, she still hasn't gotten her in her hand. So, Kristie, it just takes me back, and I'll just briefly say really quick, 1994, I had my first cover of Muscle and Fitness come out, and I couldn't believe it when I actually had it in my hand. I was like, this is crazy. I'm on the cover of a magazine. So I know how that feels to just be in that moment. So I'm super excited for you to get your magazine cover and not just see it online. So it'll probably be here tomorrow. It'll probably be in your mailbox tomorrow.
I'll take a selfie with it.
Okay.
Absolutely. So let's see, we've got a handful of people tuning in over here. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us. And I see Anna. Nice to see you all the way over from Queensland. So very awesome to have her on. And we've got some of our other regular subscribers in as well. Quitman, thank you for joining again. And who is down here at the bottom? Sarish? Is that how you say the name? Very nice, very nice. Awesome, awesome. Well, I just want to take a quick second and say thank you to our show sponsors. And tonight we have 2 questions. We're going to announce one of them right now that will pertain to Kristie and her awesome being, just your business and who you are. And they're going to be the giveaways tonight from my sponsor. So presenting sponsor tonight is CYRMD Nutrition. So thank you, CYRMD, for your support of this show. And our first question, I'm just going to throw it out and we're going to come back for the second one later. But how this works, you guys, for those that are viewing, the first person to get the question answered correctly and put it in the comment section wins tonight. And tonight's question for this first one is, when will Kristie's Smart Snacks launch for sale? And we're going to kind of dive into this here. It is on Kristie's website. Kristie, will you share that website so people can go and look for that answer?
Yes, it's www.k2fitsmartsnacks.com.
k2fitsmartsnacks.com. You do need to be a USA citizen. I'm sorry, we can't ship out of the country. So if you guys want to go check that out. And if you do get the question right and you're not living in the USA and you would like to dedicate that prize to somebody else, I guess we could do that too. So I just want to dive in here with you, Kristie, and talk a little bit about who you are and how you became who you are right now, like your background. I know we talked on this Tuesday, but I just want to redo because that show is not going to be out. So share again, please, with us and your viewers, kind of what was your background and how did you get to be where you are now in a nutshell?
Well, in a nutshell, about to turn 44. And so I think it was
in 2 days.
In 2 days.
2 days.
I think it was around, I was 39 and I've worked out since I was 15. I was introduced to the weight training room at my high school and fell in love with it, but didn't realize that I could do something that I love for a living. So went on to college and graduated with a degree with speech pathology, got a job, got married, had kids. I had the fortunate opportunity to get to stay home. Our first bout with children was twins, so we were pretty busy with them. And I guess it was right around my 40th birthday, I just told Aaron that I was ready. I thought that the family was ready, that I could maybe venture out and do something, and wanted to do something with fitness, and really had a desire just to get my certification, just to make sure that I was actually working out correctly. Mm-hmm. And through just certain people that I knew, got the opportunity to work for a fantastic gym here in North Austin, the Cedar Park area, Inspire Fitness. And I did that up until COVID hit. And when COVID hit, we just decided that we felt like time was a precious commodity, and we had a few years left before our twins go to college, and I really felt like I needed to come back and just be at home. My kids are going to be virtual learning, and so we decided to move that here, and just God provided ways for me to continue training. He provided opportunities for me to continue meeting people such as you, Monica, and Sarah. And through the clients that I was training, I started cooking for some of them, and they seemed to enjoy my food. And it just kind of snowballed into this opportunity. And really, you guys and Aaron has always kind of been the visionary of our little couple.
Sure.
Just really saw that there might be something there, and the opportunity to create the website, and now to start producing snacks for other people to enjoy, and not feel guilty, and get their protein they're needing, and have a balanced macros, and feel like they can kind of indulge and not feel guilty. It's just been wonderful. So I think that's it in a nutshell.
Oh, and to design. She designs her own tank tops that are also on the website.
Yes,
Awesome.
and I have one too, and it is just adorable. Kristie was so sweet to send me one for my birthday a couple months back, and I think I've worn it 3 times. It's one of my husband's favorites too.
Yes, and I've got mine too, but I am going to exchange it for a small, so I'm excited to see you here in a few months, hopefully, and get that exchange. Or maybe I just need to mail it to you, but by the time it gets mailed, it might be faster if I just see you. So you've had such, there's so much that just went through, and I know that you and Aaron are a team, everything you do, and I want to honor your marriage. So can you just kind of step back a little bit before we dive into more business stuff and talk about how you got on BodyScape magazine cover, became a cover model? Can you share a little bit about you guys and how you guys met and how long you've been married? Because I think that's awesome to be able to honor that part of your life, which is really probably the biggest thing that we can talk about here.
Yes, I would love to. Can I?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we both went to Baylor University, and I met Aaron my sophomore year, his junior year, and we started dating. And we dated for 3 years, and then he proposed, and we've now been married for almost 21. We've celebrated 20 years in March, and
Wow.
it's been, we've had mountaintops and valleys, but he's my best friend, and really, like, he's the one that sees a lot more potential in me than I see in myself. So he's definitely been my biggest cheerleader in this whole process.
I love that. And that's why he's on the show, is because we honor that. We love seeing that. And he's just, like I said, he's just part of this process right along with you, Kristie. It's awesome.
Well, it's so important these days to encourage people's relationships, I feel, and especially when they've had the length that you guys have had, because, for those of us that haven't been married that long, it's really nice to see that couples do stay together and they do care about one another and they do love one another and they do encourage one another. And that's what, the times we've been around you guys and having the conversations is just evident of your love and your support for one another. And that's how people really blossom in life, is when we have that support from the people that love us. So it's really awesome. I have a question for Aaron, because I have a feeling one of his favorite images maybe is, even besides all the beautiful ones from Sarah, which we're going to talk to, but there might be one from maybe college that stood out to him. Because I think he shared that picture with us. Do you mind sharing about her previous December cover? Or
Yes. So Kristie, my senior year at Baylor was in the Women of Baylor calendar, and she was Miss December, which was fantastic. I've never been that cocky in my life up until now. But yeah, so the Women of Baylor calendar comes out at the beginning of the school year, and every guy on campus gets it. And then what's great is, then all these guys, especially the younger kids, the younger guys, when they get to college, like, oh my gosh, these girls are so hot, and then they get their hearts crushed when they realize that they're taken.
They're already taken.
So I knew when I found out she was Miss December, I was like, well, I'm going to be asking her to marry me pretty quick, because otherwise that ship's going to sail.
She's mine. I like that you were cocky about it. That's cute. Did you walk around with her picture going, yeah, that's my girl?
Well, like my everybody, all my fraternity brothers would tease me. They're like, I guess it's always December in Kwan's room. So yeah, so that was from Christmas 1997, or December of 1997. So it's been December 1997 over here since December 1997.
Now we can be December 2020.
Yeah, now we got December 2020.
It's so fun, so fun. So you've got a birthday coming up, Kristie, and share with us your excitement about the day. Are y'all going to be doing anything? Are you having any cake and ice cream? Because I'm kind of a cakeaholic fan. So tell me what you'll be having.
Well, I don't really know with the twins. It's kind of difficult. We got a son that plays competitive lacrosse, so he has, I think, practice. So we may be doing that. But there's definitely some cake involved. In fact, I was telling Aaron, we stick pretty close to a gluten-free, dairy-free diet. One, Aaron has Hashimoto's, and we just all feel better when we eat gluten-free and dairy-free. However, we do have these gluten-free pills, and I will take them on occasion when I want something like what I want tonight. I think one of my favorite cakes, my family couldn't believe this. One of my favorite cakes is the chocolate cake from Rosa's Cafe. It is delicious.
Rosa's Cafe, it's a Tex-Mex fast food restaurant, and it started in West Texas.
Okay.
And it's over here. It's amazing.
That's all right. That's all right. We all have the things that we love, and it's fun to get to celebrate, and it's fun for us to get to celebrate you and your birthday coming up. So it's exciting. So let's kind of dive in a little bit here to we're on this show for tonight, is to celebrate your cover. Sarah, do you have that handy?
Of course. Someone's got it.
Oh my gosh, there it is. I just love it, and it's so Kristie.
It is.
It's just so Kristie.
It is gorgeous, and it was so fun to create it.
Oh.
And, again, props to Aaron right now for helping me get this idea together with your Christmas props. And, why we were shooting Christmas props in July was a total mystery to Kristie. And,
Again.
Well, I think when we first, Sarah, I think when you and I first started talking about this and saying we needed to get in touch with Aaron, and because Kristie shot, just so everyone that's listening can understand, we met Kristie earlier this year through a mutual friend, and our mutual friend said, you got to shoot with Sarah and Monica. And so Kristie was like, well, okay, I know there's more to the story, but, we came to your house and we had that awesome photo shoot back in February. And we can dive into that a little bit more too. And then I know Sarah and I were kind of contemplating as Sarah was coming back to Texas in July, and we thought we've got to talk to Aaron and see about this cover surprise for Kristie. So, and I know when Sarah and I first started talking about it, we couldn't think of anything besides Christmas for you. And I don't believe that Sarah and I really knew how important December and Christmas and the whole theme for you. I don't know that we really knew that 100%. But once we talked to Aaron, we found that out. But it was really, really fun. So I want to find out from you, Kristie. Can you share with everyone and talk about your original photo shoot with us going back to February, and then we'll kind of take it into the next places here. But maybe tell the viewers, when you first decided to shoot with us, how did you feel about it going into the shoot? And then I'd like to talk about how the shoot was and also how you felt after.
Okay. One, I am super thankful for Shelly just introducing us. She knew about the epic photo shoots and just kind of said it in passing to me at the gym one day. And at the time I was thinking I needed to get some pictures done for social media, but I kind of just kept being like Scarlett from Gone with the Wind. I'll worry about that tomorrow. I didn't know even how to pursue it. And so when that opportunity came, I thought I just need to jump at it. And I just didn't realize how great of an opportunity I was being given. And it took forever for me to actually really connect with you guys. One, because I was nervous and working with both of you. And so I think I just kind of paralysis by analysis or something.
Well, I just interrupt really fast. I remember messaging you a few times, and I remember Sarah and I well, I don't know that she really wants to do this because I'm not hearing back from her, and I hated to keep pestering you. So it was like, finally, I think I gave you kind of an ultimatum. Do you want to do this or not? Because basically, if you don't, that's fine. We just need to know. And then all of a sudden you got back.
Yes, I did want to. And I'm so thankful that I did. I didn't know what to expect. I'm so thankful that you guys are professionals and that you have the whole trunks and the clothing, that you had the makeup and hair. all of that was all set. So I really just had to open my front door and let y'all in. It was the best experience. I am better behind the scenes, or that's how I've always felt, that I'm a worker bee, and to be in the spotlight it's difficult. And so I remember just being so incredibly stiff. I just kept thinking, oh gosh, I mean, I'm probably going to be y'all's toughest, client of trying to get pictures. Like, y'all were probably exhausted after that day.
No.
But it was a joy. You guys are incredibly online and the magazine covers and all of your accomplishments. Y'all are quite intimidating. But when you actually get to meet y'all, your hearts are so kind and warm and encouraging. And the fact that you guys have progressed and gotten to where you are in your careers, and now you turn around to give a helping hand, that's just overwhelming. That's not common. And so it was such an encouraging and uplifting experience. The conversations were not just surface. I just felt like a deep connection instantly. And then it just started being so fun. And I feel like being transformed into who I am, but just being highlighted almost in that experience. And then also just being encouraged I took that opportunity. Okay, now let's take another step and take another opportunity and quit being afraid. I mean, not getting any younger, and life is passing us by quickly. If we don't grab onto those opportunities, they will pass us by, and we will have missed out. And so I think that's what I would love to tell people, like, just don't miss out on the opportunities that present themselves to you. It was a good experience.
You're a very easy lady for us to highlight, honestly. Monica and I we just are people. Monica's had an amazing career in fitness, is one of the major fitness icons of life. And, I've had an amazing career in photography, as one of the top 10 fitness photographers in the world. And it just so happens that God brings us together to create, over time, our relationship has grown, not just as friends and sisters, basically, but our work friendship has grown, and there's been so much expansion. And so to have a woman like you fall right in the middle of it, I mean, you're right with us. You're right there with us. So look at everything that you have done, right? So that's what we like to do, is we love to edify women, and especially the women that are open to working with us, that are open to just being themselves, being vulnerable. Because listen, we're all people. We're all vulnerable in some way, shape, or form. But look at what happened right there. Oops. Gosh, it's like opposite. There we go.
There it is. So,
BodyScape.
It's so awesome. So, Sarah, why don't you share a little bit about, as a photographer, I know you typically like to have the location scouted out, where you're going to shoot, and what this whole area looks like, because you're that kind of photographer. You go ahead of time. You either book a studio, or you book the Airbnb, or the location. You've already scouted it. So we drive up to Kristie's home, which I know she kind of sent us some pictures and stuff, but how was it walking into her home and just starting to analyze? We're there for a purpose, to shoot Kristie, but primarily to get her look for the kitchen and all of that, and knowing that, in her fitness look. And how was it to walk in and just kind of start visualizing in her home where you hadn't been before?
Well, it's always a little bit challenging when you're not physically there to see it, to go scout it out, to go see it, right? But Kristie's home is stunning. And it's spacious, and it has lots of natural light, and it had a lot of space for me to work with my lighting that I needed to set up to create this kitchen vibe, especially. It was really specific, because I knew that was going to be where the cover shot was coming from. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you remember, but I was really technicaling out, like, okay, this has to be perfect, and this has to be perfect, especially in the kitchen. the backyard is just to live for. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. You've got so many open space opportunities there. We were able to utilize natural light on a rainy day, which is very cool, very unique. And then you've got your garage gym, which served you every single thing that you needed for us to create those awesome fitness shots. And I don't know if I can just pull one out here.
So we shot Kristie 2 different times. And I know the first time we showed up, it was cold out. Remember, it was because it was in February.
Yep.
It was cold out. And then we even got you in your hot tub a little bit there. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's our second photo shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we show up, we get the first photo shoot in February, and Sarah and I are like, wow, she was awesome. And it was so interesting because other than your December, Baylor photo shoot, obviously, had you done another photo shoot previous to us?
Oh, you guys were it.
So you went from 1997 to 2020.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I didn't have anything to lose at this point, right? And
well, it's like you just got to go straight to the top, right?
that's what I did with you guys.
Well, it was so perfect.
That's so we do.
I know. So we get the photo shoot in February. Kristie has never shot before, basically. And Sarah, we show up. I wasn't feeling good, but I was like, we're making this happen. We're getting there and going to make this work. But I know that we both left your house, like just on top of the, whatever you call it. Like we were elated with the work that we had done with you and the way you transformed from that first initial image, shooting there in your gym, and you had the pretty red outfit on. I mean, you looked great. I know you were just like, oh, what am I doing? And we had to like kind of soften you up. Sarah shot maybe 100 pictures before we got you to move an arm or something. She's just trying to get you like, you got this. And I'm over there trying to help pose you and just, relax. And you're like, I can't relax. But I mean, by the end of the shoot, you were on fire and you were able to just hit the poses, make some of your own. And, it was really wonderful to just see how you fell into that model, into being a model and not just being Kristie, maybe the mom or something. You were truly a model, and, you took direction very well. And we were so impressed. And I just love the fact that your new website has so many of those first photo shoot pictures on, because I'll tell you, not everybody, the first time they do photos, has images like yours, and that can be utilized on a website and a marketing material. So I'm really impressed with how well you did. And I know that, Sarah and I work well as a team, and she brings in this big, beautiful, creative piece, and I come in and help with some of the little details on the posing and making sure that, certain things are accomplished. But it was such a team effort, and it was really, really fun. And then moving forward from that photo shoot, so I want to ask you, when you got all of your pictures from Sarah, how many, Sarah, from that first photo shoot you think she ended up with?
It was 16 or 18. I can't recall.
1,800. So tell us how did that feel? Because I know we talked about it later, and we're like, that's a lot of pictures for someone to receive, and then to think that you had to go through them. I mean, we had maybe, was it 6 or 7 looks, maybe 8? I don't remember how many images, like how many looks we had. One image, one look is enough sometimes to throw people off, but you had, what, 6 or 7? Do you remember, Sarah, how many looks you did?
And she received about 700 raw images back. And, that is, a lot of it comes from just warming up. That first look, sometimes going into that second look, you're honestly just trying to get used to what's happening. And, working with Monica as your personal one-on-one posing coach can, for some people be a little bit much and a little intimidating. Like, oh my gosh, Monica Brant is posing me, and I am doing everything that she is asking me to do to get the shot. And you do it, you're kind of just going through those motions. And so 700 photos to break it down to 16 or 18 finals is daunting on someone that doesn't have a lot of photo shoot experience, right? So you're just going, what am I supposed to do with this? This is awesome, but I don't really know how to break it down.
How did you feel, Kristie, getting all of those images and then trying to look at them and look at yourself and be at all critical, because all of your images were gorgeous. Like, so how was that from your perspective?
We used saying it the raw images.
When you got all of the images from Sarah and she said, okay, you need to pick 16 images or whatever, like 16 or 18, so she can edit those. How did you feel about getting almost 1,000 images to go through all the different looks?
I don't even think overwhelming can describe it. One, when you see pictures of yourself and you hope you can maybe find one that looks decent. You're not, your eyes aren't closed, your smile isn't off, you're posed in a way that looks good, and you get so excited if you can find one. I felt like all of these were fantastic. And so I thought, how can I choose? So, I feel like I spent weeks. Aaron and I would try to move some off to the side and just focus on another batch. And I think finally, it was several months later, Sarah, I finally had to say, Sarah, I can't do this. I don't even know. Can you just use your eye and tell me which ones actually look better? Because now they all look great and I don't know what the difference is on these. And I loved them all. They all captured me. And I loved that it looked like me. I loved that they were, you don't see yourself like that, well, normally I'm not made up with makeup and my hair done by Elizabeth, but
right.
When it was a real sweet gift. Honestly.
So speaking of Lizbeth, was that your first time to really have a hair and makeup artist of that caliber working on you?
Yes, ever. She's been wonderful, and I've gotten to see her a few times since then, which I love, and I want to recommend her to everybody.
So she showed up at your house, and you got your hair and makeup done, and I think you told us that you were thinking she was going to leave, and you were just going to look that same way the whole time, and then you ended up having different looks and different makeup, and she kind of worked with your hair a few times. So that was a surprise, right? That she was staying and.
That she would stay all day, every single outfit, or even in some of the outfits, the same outfits, she would change my hair and change the look, change the makeup in an instant. She's phenomenal. I count that a blessing. Another person that I never would have met.
Right.
Without you guys.
And she lives near you, so that's even better. She's got a studio there by you, so that's awesome. It's just so fun. Sarah and I both love to introduce people to good people. We love to bring a team together. And I think that, that's one of the things that we really just enjoy about what we get to do is putting our experiences together, bringing our experience together, and then being able to offer so much to our clients. And so, okay, you get through the first photo shoot, you do amazing, and you've got all these looks. And Sarah helped me because I can't pick these pictures out, but you had, go ahead.
Image of the first shoot, because I have it right here. My favorite on the first shoot.
Okay,
was
let's see it.
This one.
Oh yeah, I love it. Look how natural you look, Kristie. Like it doesn't look like you are intimidated or nervous. You just look like you've been a model for years.
Well, I really did like that bathing suit.
I think that's the one Aaron. I think Aaron picked that out, right? When he was going through the trunk of clothes.
He was like, I don't know about anything but this.
It's so fun. It's so fun. So we get through the first photo shoot and we're all like on cloud 9 because we know how well you've done and how these images are going to come back. Sarah's thinking about, even her processing them and getting to go through all of them. And we get through that. And then Sarah and I are talking, a couple months go by and we're like, we've got to talk to Aaron about getting surprising Kristie with a cover, and we knew we wanted it to be December if Erin was like, yes, we're going to do that. So, do you have any recollection, like kind of going back in time here? Because we started talking in June, I don't know, or was it maybe April or May? And then I don't remember when we actually first started talking, but it was a few months prior to your photo shoot in July where we ended up with the cover. Do you have any recollection of anything that was said? Was there any kind of hesitation in Erin when y'all talked about the shoot that, looking back going, well, now I think about it, there was something that he was kind of, I felt maybe, he was trying not to say something, or was he just completely poker face?
He was completely poker face. If I can look back, he was incredibly encouraging for me to do this again.
Yeah.
Encouraging, because I remember thinking, because I told him, I was like, gosh, I wish I could do that one more time because I feel like I know doing it. And he was like, well, I think that you should do it the next time they're in town. And he was incredibly encouraging on that one. But he didn't push or pressure or anything like, oh, well, these weren't that great, so you need to do it again. He was more like, it was such a great experience. I mean, if they ever come back through Texas, you need to, make sure you can get on their schedule, or, now that you're kind of more comfortable with it, and in case you need other pictures, and also when y'all left after that the first visit is when Erin and I started thinking, well, we knew that mentioned something about, how are you really going to promote yourself? And then you guys both were talking about the smart snacks. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking small, like, I'll just do the people I live around or my clients and that kind of thing. And so when y'all left, Erin was like, I really think there's something here we need to pursue, and we need to start promoting and building the website and just see where it could go. Mm-hmm. And then that's when I was kind of like, gosh, I wish that if I had known that I was going to do the website, I wish I could get back with them and get some more pictures, because I would have maybe asked for some other things. And he was like, well, I think we need to just plan on it. Like, and then it just all happened. But and I think the second time, not to jump forward, but the second time I remember thinking, because after the first photo shoot, I looked through your magazines, and you were so gracious in giving me the back slot with that bathing suit on. And so I just remember thinking, gosh, I love how she features people. Like, I would love it if somehow I could get in and be featured. But I don't know how any of that stuff works. So when y'all came back, I remember asking you questions, having no idea.
Like, don't push baby in a corner type feeling, because I knew it was coming. Because you said, so Sarah, I have a question for you. Magazine, how do you tell who gets published? And I was like, oh, I knew I was shooting you. And internally, I was spontaneously combusting. And I was just going, I have to remove myself from Kristie at this moment, because I might just tell her what we're up to. And I said, well, we just have to see how it goes. I mean, you're an awesome, amazing model. We're doing a great job here. So let's just see how it goes. And you're like, totally fine with it. And I'm like, Monica, she just has to get published.
Step away from Kristie.
Just take a couple deep breaths and then just move on with it, knowing that, we're going to have a cover for you, but it's going to come in 5 months. We can't really tell you about it right now. So,
So it was super fun. So we got to plan with you, and we knew you knew that you were shooting again. And I have to say, there was quite a few of your first photo shoot pictures that you've used on your website, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were perfectly, and it was such a great. It doesn't even. It almost looks as if we did all of those at that one day. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like it was 5 months prior. It just all flowed so well together.
Mm-hmm. It was so fun. Well, and I, at the time we shot those first images back in February, I don't believe you were thinking about putting a website together. I think we were just kind of encouraging you. You need to get some of these kitchen kind of pictures up on social media, make sure that, people know that you're doing your healthy snacks. And I remember eating those healthy snacks and like, wow, those are really good.
Healthy snacks. They were so good. Monica and I were eating them out of the bag on the way home.
They were scrumptious. Yes. So
with BodyScape since then, it's like everything just continues to grow. And Kristie had the added benefit of her cover model feature being written by a seasoned veteran of Monica's introduction. And Monica, you should just talk about this because this has happened recently, and Kristie was the first cover model to receive this royal treatment.
Absolutely. So yes, I've stepped back into time. I used to work with Oxygen Magazine an awful lot, and one of my favorite people was the editor-in-chief, Kerrie Lee Brown. And so we worked together on cover shoots and features for many years. And then she went on to do some other things, and we've kept in touch ever since those days. And she's actually helped me a few times on some different press releases and articles and some things that she has written for, helped me write. So we just always kept in touch. And when I joined Sarah and wanting to do some more work with BodyScape magazine, and Sarah brought me on as associate editor, and I was telling Sarah, I'm like, okay, so I want to introduce you to someone who I feel like would be a really good fit for us because of her background, because of what she does, but also because of who she is and her spirit, who she is as a woman, just her integrity, how she presents herself, and her work. I mean, all of it across the board. And so I'm so thankful when I had the chance to share with Sarah, and then we had some conversations with Kerrie Lee Brown, and it just has blossomed into this beautiful opportunity to have her to come on as a celebrity profile writer for BodyScape magazine. And Kristie Kwan is our very first cover model to have this experience. And we've actually got Kerrie Lee Brown on right now. So come on in, Kerrie. Kona, we'll bring her in. There she is.
Hi.
All decked out in her red Christmas theme as well. Hi, Kerrie.
Yeah. It's cold here in Colorado right now.
So thank you so much for taking time to come in and join us tonight, Kerrie. It's awesome to see you again. And I would love for you to just say hi to Kristie and maybe chat a little bit about, well, Kristie, I'd like to find out from you, maybe, how did it feel when, okay, we kind of get past, you knew you had a cover and all of these surprises were awesome, and we can go into more detail about that stuff, but how did it feel when we got the last surprise is you get to be interviewed by Kerrie Lee Brown, who has such a big resume?
Well, all of these surprises have made me initially feel nervous. And I was nervous to speak and to be able to hope that I could, just portray what I was wanting or convey what I wanted to just share in the magazine. And you just made it so easy. It was like just having a conversation. I felt like we had been friends forever, and you were just so easy to talk to, and just I don't feel like you were really asking me like questions and I was having to answer. I just felt like we were having a conversation, and I was so looking forward. I couldn't wait to see how you would write it and what you would say. And I haven't got it in my hands, but I have read it, and it really just brought tears to my eyes. I was just really overwhelmed with how beautifully it was laid out. And you were able to add in one of my very favorite Bible scriptures. You were able to add into that, and it was beautiful. I just very, very blessed. I'm a very, very blessed person.
Too, when Kerrie first sent it to me, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazingly written. And Kerrie, you do a fabulous job.
Thank you so much, ladies. Hi, Kristie. It's so nice to see you and talk to you again. And
it's great to talk.
It's amazing because as Monica and Sarah know, I mean, I've been obviously in, journalism for my whole career and covered all aspects in story writing. And I must say that, speaking to you and women like you who are truly inspirational because you're real women, I think that's kind of the biggest thing for me. I wasn't just interviewing you. I've interviewed some celebrities, and all they talk about is their job and why they're famous. But I love talking to beautiful women like you who bring out the beauty from the inside and bring it out in their story. And so I love giving a voice to people. And I think that's what I always try to do after I interview someone. I always touch base, as you know, through an email conversation first, get some questions answered just to see how, not only for background information and research, but also to see how forthcoming you are with your answers. Because everyone's different who I interview, and some people are a little bit more shy or a little bit more less confident, or some people are really confident. And so when I first did that initial kind of interview in the email, I love to see how much you're going to portray. And then when we get to speak on the phone, it's really nice because I have that background already. And then we can have a conversation. I think that's the most important thing because, BodyScape magazine is one of the most beautiful magazines out there. And it's not only because of the photographs, but I want to be able to portray your story on the pages as well in the words. And I think the two together, that's what makes the magazine. I mean, that's exactly what Sarah and Monica are trying to do. So, Kristie, it was an honor to interview you and find out your story. And I'm so glad you were happy with the piece. And you're so inspirational because I felt really a humbleness in you, right? You're very humble about everything you've done and how far you've come because you don't even realize how far you've come already, I think. Even though you're kind of, looking to what's going to happen next, I think you've already come a long way. And I mean, I think this cover story really demonstrates that. You're a beautiful person inside and out, and I had a pleasure. So thank you.
Yeah, and this all happened in 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
All of it. I mean, from the beginning photo shoot to my associate editor piece, bringing in Kerrie as our celebrity profile writer, and also just
this is the 10th issue. I can't even believe it. So and our team is just getting stronger. I am so grateful and blessed to have Monica on board as associate editor, and now Kerrie Lee Brown as our celebrity profile writer. No one gets articles written by Kerrie Lee Brown, but the cover models for BodyScape magazine do. And the pieces are just absolutely spectacular, mind-blowing, touching. You can feel the person's energy that you're speaking of in the article. And you're such a pro, Kerrie. I mean, all of your years of experience have really paid off and shown your character here in your articles, and it's just stunning.
Thank you. It's so nice of you. And that's the best thing about my job and what I do in writing and storytelling is being able to tell those stories. And you do it obviously from a photographic kind of perspective, of course, and designers do it from a layout perspective, but I love to just write. And I think that, me telling people stories when they can't necessarily express themselves, in words or have a platform to do so, your magazine is allowing people to do that. So thank you so much. And Kristie, honestly, it was an honor. I hope you remain friends and stay and keep in touch.
Thank you, Kerrie Lee. Me too.
Well, so fun. And I think that's one of the things we love about what we do, what I get to do with Sarah and with BodyScape magazine is just really highlighting these different women, highlighting their story, highlighting who they are. And that's our goal moving forward. So anyone that's listening right now, if you have a story that you want to get out there, if you need marketing materials and you want to be a part of this crew, I mean, we're really easy to find. Monica Brant, you can go to Sarah Lyons, you can go to Kristie, go with Kerrie. We're all on Instagram, we're all on Facebook, we all have websites, so it's super easy to find us. And at the end of this show, we'll certainly be sharing more of those pieces. But we have a very special item to share with you guys. So Kona, you want to bring that in? I think he's ready. So beautiful. Thank you, Kona. Kona, I don't know if you guys realize, Kona's our show producer, and he creates these beautiful videos as well. So Kona, thank you so much for that and showcasing that. It's so awesome. And Chris, we can't wait for you to get to use that and showcase that and have a memory of your cover shoot.
That's amazing. I think what I wish and what I have been encouraging people that I know and just trying to give y'all's information out to them is the team that you guys have created or just has emerged. I don't know, just it's such a amazing group of people that y'all have. Everyone from Kona to Kerrie Lee to you, Monica, to Sarah, all the people that are helping with the magazine. Just feel like this is the verge and that it's just going to get bigger. And I am so thankful that I got to be a part of it. I mean, and y'all are all about edifying and lifting up and paying forward. And it's so contagious. It's not about trying to beat out the next person, but really helping. And the day and age that we're living, I think that that's what's so beautiful about it, because you just don't see it often. And it is encouraging to me to want to go and help the next person that reaches out to me and to be able to do as much as I can, because I wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to meet all of you amazing people, see that beautiful video if y'all hadn't been willing to help me. And it's beautiful y'all do.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate, I know we all appreciate hearing that. And that it really does. It really is what we all trying to do. We're all trying to bring our experience, our talents together, our time, and even our treasures, because, time is a treasure, right? And we really are trying to bring all those things together to build other people up and to help other people emerge and showcase what they do and who they are. So I'd like to just talk a little bit. I know we do have a winner of our first question with when will the Smart Snacks launch for sale? And it is January 5th, 2021. So just right around the corner.
Okay.
I might be your first customer, just saying.
No, I'll just send you some.
Okay. I do come to Austin a lot, so maybe I just come pick them up myself. But it's so exciting. So Equipment, thank you for playing our game, and we will be in touch because I know how to get in touch with you. Equipment's been a great support of the show here and of all of our guests. So thank you so much, Equipment. Appreciate that. We do have a second question for those of you that are still here with us. The second question was, is, how old was Kristie when she became a certified personal trainer to start kicking people's butts legally?
That's right.
So you can go on her website, and the website again, Kristie, I'm sorry, I don't have it written down.
It's K2FitSmartSnacks.com.
K2, and that stands for Kristie Kwan, right? K2FitSmartSnacks.com. So you guys can go check that out. We have a second giveaway from Legendary Foods, one of our other awesome sponsors. So we will be hoping to see somebody come in with that answer as soon as possible. And in the meantime, we have got some super fun questions, rapid fire questions. Sarah, do you want to bring those out? And let's see how fast Kristie can answer some fun questions. Just something different, girl. That's all it is.
All right. For this. So Kristie, these are just
we're gonna let Kerrie
See you later, guys.
Kerrie, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Bye,
Love
Kristie.
you so
Bye,
much.
guys.
We'll see you soon. Okay, sweetie. Bye-bye.
she's so amazing.
She is.
Man, she's good.
All right, so those of you listening in, Kristie doesn't know anything about these questions. They're just random fun questions. And Sarah, take it away, girl.
Okay, so it's just a quick response, whatever is your little knee jerk, whatever comes to your head first, okay? Ready?
Right.
Okay, here we go. What is one of the things that you would put on your bucket list?
Jump out of an airplane.
What was that?
Jump out of an airplane.
Gotcha. Okay. Who do you admire the most?
My mom.
Oh, love that. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
Venice. I've never been to Europe, and I just think it looks beautiful.
Okay. What is your biggest addiction?
Exercise.
That's good. That's good. Okay, what TV sitcom family would you be a member of?
Oh, gracious. I don't know. I don't watch any sitcoms.
You could go back into the old days. Like for me, I'd be Janet from Three's Company.
Oh, okay, so I don't have to actually be a family. I'd probably be Elaine in Seinfeld.
Yeah, there you go. She's fun.
I dance like her, so.
I think I do too. Okay, if you could choose your nickname, what would it be?
Kiki.
Ah, I love that. Okay, what advice have you received that has been the most rewarding?
To seize the moment.
Very good advice. Very good advice. What is your best childhood memory?
Swimming at my granddad's lake house.
Oh, that sounds fun. Okay, Kristie, where will you be in 3 years?
Well, I will have a couple of kids in college, and my K2 Fit Smart Snacks is just going to be out of this world. You're going to be buying them in supermarket. And I'm going to be sitting just loving my husband.
That's great. Okay, last question here is, what is better, certificates or experience?
Experience.
My kind of girl.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, y'all were fast.
That was fun.
That was rapid fast.
Look, Kristie's like, let's do some more. Let's talk really quick about Kristie. Why don't you share? Because we're at 8 o'clock. I know we could keep probably talking, the three of us, for another hour or so. I'm sure there's so much more we want to talk about. But share with us a little bit and our viewers about your snacks and how you started them. You know, what do they look? What does it look like? You know, what do they look like? I mean, not what do they look like, but, you know, what are they made with, and what was the reason behind them?
The reason behind, well, like I said, we moved to a gluten-free diet. And so I wanted to find something besides just protein bars that we could eat, that we could enjoy. Felt like maybe if we wanted a dessert, but there wasn't anything out there that actually tasted good, I didn't think. And so we started off, and we have chocolate muffins and banana bread and gingerbread cookies and chocolate chip breakfast cookies. We have dream bars and donut bites, and we just started just trying to figure out. I tried to figure out how I could take some of the bad ingredients, some of the higher carbs and the flour out, and how I could maybe switch it with protein powders and figure out the right mixture of the two. I try to do everything with plant protein in the snacks. I do everything gluten-free. Everything is organic and dairy-free. There is some fat and there's some carbs in them because we need that, but I try to balance it out so that that you really feel like you're getting a treat and you enjoy it and you don't feel bad. Your stomach doesn't hurt. You don't feel guilty about it. It's just enjoyable. And then if people want them for breakfast, they can be eaten at breakfast or, you know, midday snack or anything like that. And so I really did it initially for my family. And then as I was cooking for a few clients and had them try it. And that was one of the things that they all said was that they just loved that they felt like that they got a little treat every single night and they weren't expecting that. And to be able to hit your goals and get to have treats, that's just an added bonus.
Absolutely.
Well, I know when we were doing the first shoot, you know, we were eating and snacking on your goodies, and then the second shoot, we had this big goal of having to make sure that we had everything there and was ready for the actual shoot, because we knew, you know, it was coming on a cover. And I know I kept wanting to take bites, but I was like, I'm not going to eat these because we got to have them for the pictures.
Props.
Right, they're props. And I was so thankful you had some set aside extra for us. Yeah, there it is. Oh, pull it over.
And the back cover too, but we'll wait until, actually, we'll be right there. Back cover.
I know. Kristie, which are your favorite personally?
I love the chocolate muffins, and the banana probably are my favorite. But you guys were so generous and let me share one of the recipes that we created just for the magazine. Those little Christmas snowballs, those have ended up, we've made those several times already in December and have enjoyed those. So, but yeah, I think probably the chocolate muffins and the banana bread.
And what about Aaron? Which are his favorite?
He would say all of them.
All of them.
Yes, he would say all of them.
I do remember really enjoying the donut pieces, or what do you call donut balls or something? Donut bites.
The donut bites. Those are probably my kids. They love those. And I've been working on the lemon one for you, Monica.
Oh, so by the time we shoot again, there'll be a lemon snack for me.
That's
Ooh, awesome. I love it. I love it. Okay, so Sarah, I have a question for you because I loved the black outfit that is on the back cover too.
Yeah.
Did that at all look like front cover to you? I mean, I know we had, our eyes set on that red, but when that black came out, it's so beautiful. Was that hard to say? It's not front cover, it's just back cover.
Kristie had sent me these 2 aprons that her friend had suggested to her. You were already having the K2 one made, the black, and then the red and white one came from your friend or someone. But knowing that we were shooting a Christmas cover, I just knew it had to be the red and white all day long. My fit Florence Henderson, my modern day Florence Henderson, just doing.
I'll take that.
Yeah. What's funny is one of my girlfriends was the executive producer of Dancing with the Stars, and she was there when Florence Henderson was one of the contestants. And and Henderson became like this, and then unfortunately Florence passed away a few years ago. So I sent her your cover, and I said, "Who does this remind you of?" And she goes, "Oh my gosh, literally about your cover. Isn't that sweet?"
That's really sweet.
These are both covers. It was just like, which one says more Christmas?
And then the one where we had her up on the counter and you had the matching shoes. Kristie, how did that feel to have matching shoes with your cute little apron and they're posing?
Right? Shoes, those little tennis shoe high heels, that's the best.
It could be Nike heels.
I know, they were great. I could not believe and how perfect they were.
Well, it was fun on my end because I remember Sarah telling me she had an idea for the cover of having that kind of background that really pops, takes the kitchen out, but really pops that Christmas feel. And it was fun seeing that come to life as she started putting it together. So I know Sarah really takes a lot of effort to think about the picture and think about when it's coming out and how it's going to pop off that cover. And it's really fun, Sarah, for me to just see as you've progressed in your covers and how they're just really getting dynamic, from your first cover to where we are now. It's really, really awesome to see how it's grown, and it's fun to be a part of it.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. And I couldn't be happier to have you on board. And
thanks.
Now a second set of eyes, like that's kind of what the associate editor position means, right? I'm not just going to say, hey, here's the cover. I'm kind of like, what do you think of this? Is there anything else that I should do differently? Or how are we rolling with this? But this was Christmas, so I knew you were going to say all the yeses because Christmas is your favorite holiday.
Yes.
It's not a girl in a bikini on a beach. This is very special. This is Kristie Kwan. This is Kristie Kwan telling her story. And that's what BodyScape magazine is. It's that vessel for women to tell their amazing stories. And look at what happens. You just did a photo shoot. Now you're launching a huge business. This is how these things go. You do one thing, it opens up another avenue to do another thing. And the chain keeps going. And it's just so cool to be the facilitator for people like you, Kristie.
For sure.
I know well.
Well, let's see. I think we've got another winner for our, and it is Nana says, is around her 40th. We're going to go with that, Nana, because it looks like you were our first one. Of course, Quitman came in at saying 40, but we're going with Nana, and super excited to get Nana her Legendary Foods giveaway. And Judith says, I'm looking at your site, Kristie, and oh my gosh, in all caps. She sounds like she loves what she's seeing. I know. I have your website is beautiful. So
very well done.
Is this your first website? Like your very first website?
Girl, this is first of everything for me. Decided to wait to the second half of my life to really get going.
This is awesome. And all in 2020, when everyone's talking about negative 2020, but, I think, I just think the attitude is really important, right? And I know all of us have our faith and have our husbands, and we have the love of many people and support. And I think that the type of person you are, you really draw in those same type of people. So we're looking to, build other people up. I know we've talked about this before, but that's what Sarah and our goal is for this next year with BodyScape magazine and bringing our talents together. We so enjoyed having this opportunity to do this with you, Kristie. We can't wait to see where all of this goes for you. And are you planning on shooting with us again 2021 at some point?
Oh, yes. I'm hoping it's in Florida. That's what that's my goal is. So yes, I'm definitely, and I'm hoping I can maybe bring some people too.
I love it.
Fun.
Well, one of your friends has already put her deposit in for Miami.
Oh, I know. She's been texting me. So
yeah, that would be fun to have you guys there. And so I'm hoping that we can plan it towards. And there's so much that is going into this next year, wondering, how the schedule's going to pan out for everybody. But my husband's 50th birthday is in April. So I'm hoping that we can have the photo shoot. And then after his birthday, because he usually is at a horse show on his birthday, so that we can have him there after the photo shoot. And he and I can have a few days to celebrate his 50th as well. So that's what I'm kind of selfishly hoping for, but we'll see how the timing goes for everything.
April feels right. The end of April is feeling good. So, with all things, gives us plenty of time to plan for everything. And it's Miami, and so it's going to be amazing. And can't wait.
Super fun.
Definitely want to be able to stay in touch and continue.
Absolutely.
It's a blessing. And like you said, 2020, it's all about perspective and moving forward, finding the good in all situations, and really surrounding yourself, like you said, surrounding yourself with positive people and finding ways that you can encourage others. And that's exactly what y'all do. So I definitely want more of that in 2021.
Well, and you're going to, with marketing, you're going to need current stuff. When you have a business, you've got to keep up with the current things. So
now.
You what?
I know where to go now.
That's right. Well, we're so excited, and I'm super excited to have our guest on tonight, Kristie Kwan. So thank you, Kristie, so much. And thanks. Tell Aaron we appreciated having him on and getting to see his smiley face earlier, too. And we just adore you. We love you. And we're so excited to have your magazine just come into your house and have it there so we can see you holding it.
Me too.
Yes. And those of you that are joined and listening in, you can find right now the digital copy on BodyScape magazine, bodyscapemag.com. You can go see all of the past issues. My cover was from January 2020. So, hey, we both got, that's kind of fun. January and December, we both had covers, January and December. in 2020. That's fun. That's very special to me. So you guys can go, so you guys can go to bodyscapemag.com. You can see all of the past episodes. You can see the digital. You can order hard copies as well. They are print on demand, and they do come across beautiful quality. They're like tabletop quality. Sarah doesn't skimp on anything. She has a beautiful issue that you can see of every issue is beautiful, I should say. And we're excited about the next ones coming out. And we will be coming back with our future cover models as well here in the Monica Brant Show and showcasing them and their cover and their story. Kristie, do you want to share with everybody where they can find you? I know we've set up your website, but maybe share where you are on social media.
Yes, I'm Kristie Kwan Fit on Instagram and the same on Facebook, and then that website. And
then are you doing personal training from home for people?
I am right now. That's one of the great things about 2020. A lot of people were not wanting to stay at gyms, and so they feel comfortable in my garage, which I'm thankful that they do. I train women, and the ages range from 17 to 60. And it's just been a great experience. And I've just like creating friendships with you guys. I've created some wonderful relationships with the people that I've been so fortunate to train and walk alongside their health journey. And I plan on continuing that in 2021, the Lord willing, and just moving forward with the website.
Awesome. So people can find you on, as far as for training. Do you also do nutrition counseling?
I like to tell people that I am certified in nutrition, but I am not a nutritionist. So I can definitely help to a point what is my scope of practice. And then, but if they're needing anything more detailed, I have friends that I definitely would recommend. But I do help with meal preps. I help with macros. I help with helping with grocery shopping and all of that kind of stuff. Yes.
Awesome. So one-stop shop. That's awesome. Well, it's so fun. Is there anything else you'd like to share, Kristie, tonight? Is there anything that we've missed that you'd like to just tell our viewers, or we covered everything?
Gosh, I feel like we've covered everything. It's been so much fun just to get to visit with you guys and see your beautiful faces, and just to connect again, even if it is virtual. It's been wonderful. Thank you for just giving me the platform. Thank you for allowing me to share my website, which is k2fitsmartsnacks.com. Thank you for sharing my story and just allowing me such beautiful pictures and to grace the cover of your 10th edition. December is by far my favorite month, and I think you just captured just the whole essence of it so beautifully on your cover. I'm really proud of that. It's one of those that I'm just so proud to share with my family and my friends, and everybody has been so gracious and just blown away by your talents. And so thank y'all.
Thank you.
For this.
You're a lady.
Well, we certainly going to be thinking about you on your birthday Tuesday, right? Your birthday's Tuesday.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a beautiful birthday time. We'll be praying that it's very special, just like you, and a start of a new beautiful year. God blesses you and your business and your family, keeps you guys safe, and He just provides all the peace and comfort and graciousness to you that you guys deserve.
Thank you, Monica. I really appreciate that. That means a lot.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Well, Sarah, do you want to share anything else that we haven't covered tonight?
Yeah, I would just, suggest people go to bodyscapemag.com and you can see Kristie's issue. We do have a free digital issue up there. If you click on the button that says order, like MagCloud, you can see the free sample, which is a digital version, and then you can order your hard copies there as well. If anyone is interested in working with BodyScape Magazine in the future, just email info@bodyscapemag.com, and that goes directly to me. So we'll get back to you. And Monica and I are just planning some really awesome stuff for 2021, God willing, that everything is good to go. potentially getting to Texas in early February, and then definitely planning Miami the end of April. And I am based here in Scottsdale, Arizona, with a studio that is awesome. So if anyone ever wants to come to Scottsdale and work, then we're here.
That's right. That's right. And we are looking also at Texas here, beginning of February. It's on the calendar potentially too. So if you guys know anyone that's interested in this area, or you guys are interested that are viewing this, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. You can also email me, info@monicabrant.com. I will be getting that BodyScape email up soon. As soon as I get my new computer set up. That's the goal for me for my emails. But yes, info@monicabrant.com. You can also reach me. And we're on Instagram and Facebook as well, BodyScape Magazine. You can find on both of those, Monica Brant and Sarah Lyons-Glabman as well. So we're everywhere. You can't not find us. And we look forward to working with anyone that's has a story to share and wants to come and work with us.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies. It's been so fun. We thank you guys so much for tuning into the Monica Brant Show. If you go to the monicabrantshow.com website, you can see all my past episodes. I want to say tonight's is our 20 or the 30th potentially. I think this is our 30th episode. I think it's 29 or 30. I can't remember right now, but yeah. So it's been fun. Once a week, I've been able to connect with people, and so we have a lot of awesome guests from the past, and we have great guests coming up. In fact, Tuesday night on your birthday, we're going to be interviewing Nicole Wilkins, who's won numerous times and is now a new mom. So super excited about having her on. Maybe. Yeah, Kristie, I know you'll be celebrating your birthday, but you'll have to tune into that one later.
That'll be a great show.
Yes. Awesome, everyone. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of my great sponsors, my presenting sponsor, Sear, MD Nutrition, Legendary Foods, Aloe Life International, and Egg White International. Appreciate all the support. And, of course, BodyScape Magazine and PictureGroove Photography, Sarah Lyons. All right, ladies, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And we will see you on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. And I guess that's it. Stay fit, love life. Thank you so much, everybody. Love you, ladies.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Kona.
Dr. Stephen Sear is a Mayo Clinic fellowship-trained spine surgeon. He's earned a sterling reputation in performing complex revision surgeries of the spine. His countless reviews and testimonials speak volumes to both the quality of his outcomes and his compassionate bedside manner. If you're looking for a surgeon you can trust, someone who will focus on your individualized needs to craft the perfect surgical solution, look no further. Call us to get your life back.
Hey guys, we're super excited to be here at the LA Fit Expo. It's our third year in a row. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs. And we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.